Pro Late model.
Prevailed and takes home the checkers here at Knoxville Raceway.
Checker flag is out for Spangler as they come across the line here.
The 217 coming off of 4. It'll be hit.
Coming there off 3 and 4. Salas gets win number 2 of the night.
Randy Shreves from 19th to victory.
The cars 3 and 4 out here. It's going to be Watson for the win. It's going to be Shreves getting the win.
He sees the checkered flag win. Give it to William Watson.
Driver, stop those engines. Let's hear that roaring sound. Rolling off the pit road, tires grip the ground. Flames of freedom burning in the blazing sun. On FFTV, on the pole, the race has just begun. Feel the thrill ignite, adrenaline so high. Gears shift faster than lightning, we're ready to fly. Engines roll, hearts soar, FFTV on the pole, let it roll, let it roll, let it roll. Burning rubber, burning hot, lose control. From the pits to checkered flags, dodging wrecks and cautions, keep those eyes open wide, no time to lag. Yeah, we own that soul, start your heart, start the show, FFTV on the pole. Twist and turn, feel the burn, the tension's in the air. Slick grooves and sudden moves, danger everywhere. Break road or splash like fireflies in a summer night. Avoid those wrecks, keep it steady, hold your line tight. Pushing limits, racing fast, no room for doubt. Every second's pump and pulse, the crowds are shout. Engines roar, hearts soar, FFTV on the pole, let it roll, let it roll, let it roll. Burning rubber, burning hot, lose control. From the pits to checkered flags, dodging wrecks and cautions, keep those eyes open wide, no time to lag. Yeah, we own that soul, start your heart, start the show, FFTV on the pole. Neon lights and roaring crowds, fire in our veins. Speed addiction, racing passion, breaking every chain. Hold tight, the finish line is burning right ahead. When the flag waves, victory lane, all fears we shed. Engines roar, hearts soar, FFTV on the pole, let it roll, let it roll, let it roll, let it roll. Burning rubber, burning hot, lose control. From the pits to checkered flags, dodging wrecks and cautions, keep those eyes open wide, no time to lag. FFTV on the pole, on the pole. Cross that line, the crowd goes wild, the checkered flags unfurl. FFTV on the pole, start the show. We're ready to roll. FFTV on the pole. Yeah. We're ready to roll. Start the show.
Alrighty, good evening everyone. Welcome to another night of On the Pole Racing here from Player Farm TV. Also here live on Coast2Coast Racing Network tonight. Bringing you the Coast2Coast Racing League, the Wednesday night hometown heroes. Brought to you by Regal Wrapped and Design this season. But if you would love to sponsor something, I'm sure they will. You can reach out to them and you can find sponsorship availability here on this Wednesday night. Working down there through turn 3 and 4. Ryland Banks there in the number 76. Still got about 4 minutes before we'll take to qualify, which will give us enough time to get here into the points. to really see exactly how this is going to play out. Out of there. Let's go ahead and see if I can get the points to come up, like I said. We got some time here to really distinguish what might be going on here. Spinning. I don't know who has what. Starting here with the 360 sprints, which is what we have going on right now. Joseph Grandy and Dean Reynolds are tied for the top spot right now in the 360. Patrick Spangler in third right now. Jeffrey Barker is tied for fourth with Brian Moore. Those are your top guys in the points. And as you see there, on the scoreboard for tonight so far, the best time right now is by that of Dean Reynolds. Brian Moore there as well at the top. Patrick Spangler also there, so it's no wonder those guys are battling it out there at the top of your leaderboard here for the points. Patrick Spangler has 3 wins on the season. Joseph Grandy, he's got 2. And I do not see Grandy here yet. If he shows up, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I do not see Grandy here in the lineup as of yet. He's still got about a minute to get in here if he's coming. So we'll see if he does or not. As I said, Grandy's there tied with Dean Reynolds for that top spot. Looks like we'll have 2 heats here of 6 drivers apiece. Looks like we've got 12 drivers here for the 360 sprints. If no one else shows, that will be about how it plays out here. There we go. Practice has ended here, and qualifying's beginning. We see here who's out on track first. Looks to be Brian Moore. If I can get a good spot there, look at him. And it comes down the back stretch here through turn 3 and 4. Pit road's off of turn 1, and they enter there off turn 2, up there along the top side. Patrick Spangler works there out of 2, and that number 39 here. Looking there to the front stretch as Spangler comes across. Brian Moore with an 895. The good with an 11.601. He will spring up there towards the front. Spangler here, as we watch him come out of turn 4 for the final time. Spangler will get up there with an 11.559. Bob the Good. And at number 7, he's got himself at an 11.552. Dean Reynolds sitting there fourth with an 11.681. So tight field here. Bixler now gets up there in the third with an 11.595. Dropping Barker back to fourth. Shreves back into fifth. Dean Reynolds back into sixth. Zach Chapman out there on track. He'll be trying to make some laps here. See if we can get a hold of that there as he's on the inside there. Chapman with an 11.772. Billy Roberts going around and making his laps there in 99. He'll have an 11.850 to start the night. It should be a great night of racing as we get set to rock and roll here from Cedar Lake. All right, getting ready here. We'll have to see how this plays out. Your starting grid will be as follows here as we get it up here. And it's going to be starting there on pole, Rylan Banks in that number 76 to his outside. Randy Shreves in second. Stephen Bixler starts third tonight in the number 75. Bob the Good there in seventh. Cale Bixler there in the 789. Starts fifth. Scott Thomason there in the 06. Starts sixth with Pat Boyce rounding out the field there in seventh. That is how they're going to start here in the warm-up. Or I'm sorry, in your heat race here to start. Down there off the corner, pace car flies off. Here we go. They're down and away in the corner number 1 they go. Yeah, they work there now onto that back straightaway. Or I'm sorry, back around there into corner number 1 and 2. Bixler out there in front. They're all driving there now down the back straightaway. Heading down there in through 3 and 4 right now. They go there on back onto the front stretch. And through 1 and 2, Bixler out there in front. Bixler just kind of running away with it out there in the front right now. They roll on out through there. Come on now. Give me some better shots here. Checkered flag in the air. For Stephen Bixler getting the win here in heat number 1. Bob the Good there in second. Pat Boyce in fourth. Scott Thomason. He'll bring it home in third. We'll get those heat results here in just a moment as they get lined up here for heat number 2. All right, here we go now with heat number 2. But first, let's get your heat number 1 results. They are going to be Stephen Bixler getting that win. Bob the Good, there second. Scott Thomas in there third. Pat Boyce fourth. Kel Bixler there fifth. Ryland Banks there in sixth. Randy Shreves in seventh. Now starting here with heat number 2. Zach Chapman, he'll start out there on the pole with Dean Reynolds there in second after the invert here at Coast to Coast. The 513, Jeff Barker, they're starting third. Spangler will start there in a fourth, being the fastest one here in this heat. Brian Moore in the 55 there in a fifth, and Billy Roberts in the 099. They'll get ready here the next time by to set to let them go as they work here through turn 3 and 4. Pace car slides up the racetrack. They're down. And pace car gutting it off into the pits, and here they go, gutting there in the corner number 1 now. Zach Chapman down there on that inside lane. Spangler up there on the top side. Dean, he's up there. He's trying to hold that top line together. He gets up there. He'll make a battle for the lead there off that top edge. Does a great job. Spangler coming for him. That inside lane falling backwards. As Zach Chapman falls back there in the third now. That top lane gets underway. Spangler now makes a slide drop and they connect. And oh no! Dean Reynolds and Spangler collect. Coming there off the corner. Unfortunate there for Spangler. Lost the wing, lost the wheel. He's going to try to get it back around there. But Dino now out there in front. Chapman there second. Barker there in third. Billy Roberts there in fourth. I don't think Spangler thought he had more room than what he truthfully did. As now Barker has issues back there coming through the turn. And now they work there off turn 4. White flag in the air for Dino. Chapman down there on the inside trying to make a run there, but had to check up there a little bit for Spangler as he's causing some issues there on that inside lane. Now here through 3 and 4. Checker flag for Dean Reynolds. Chapman there second. Roberts there in third. Brian Moore for Spangler hangs on there for fifth as Barker ends up out there in sixth. Waiting on the results here. All right, heat 2 results. That's going to be Dean Reynolds, Zach Chapman in second, Billy Roberts third, Brian Moore fourth, Patrick Spangler in fifth, Jeff Barker in sixth. We'll be back after this short message. Don't go anywhere. More racing coming up here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
All right, back here at the Speedway, we're getting ready for your main event. These drivers finish up here with their warm-ups. Oh, here we go, your starting grid for your main event. We're going to start with Steven Bixler out there on pole, driving a number 75 to his outside for a Super Dirt Car Series Full Throttle Motorsports, the 79 of Dino Dean Reynolds. Then row number 2 on that inside lane, Mr. DeGood, there will be for Can-Am Racing, driving a number 7, starts third with Shaggy TV, Zach Chapman, driving a number 72 for Gambler Motorsports there in 4th. Row number 3, inside line, Scott Thomason Racing, number 06, Scott Thomason himself, starting there in 5th. Billy Roberts in the 099, starting in 6th. Row number 4 to the inside, Pat Boyce driving a number 41 in 7th, with the number 55, Brian Moore to his outside there in 8th. Cale Bixler there in the 789, starts 9th tonight. There inside row number 5 with Patrick Spangler there in the 39 in 10th. Back here in row number 6, the 11 spot going to the 76 are Bradley Banks and Jeff Barker in the 513 for Can-Am Racing. Starting there in 12. That is your field here tonight. Pace car gets ready to pulls off. They're getting ready to hit that loud pedal here for you tonight as that dust will fly down there in the corner number 1. Up there on the high side, that's 75. Steven Bixler on that inside lane trying to keep it rolling as Dino gets a strong hold of that outside line. Down there through the corner. Oh no, Chapman already having issues back here. And I think Cale Bixler also there have problems there in the corner number 1. Billy Roberts as well. We got issues there for Roberts. Zach Chapman, I think, started all this. We'll take a look here at the on the pole. Instant replays. Now, here we go. Off the corner, you see Bangler up there into the outside wall. Coming there, and he gets a little help there from the 7 of the good. And it looked like Brian Moore caught him, and around he went, catching there with the Brian Moore in that 55. I'm sorry, Brian Moore in the 55. He catches there the 99 of Roberts. Or I'm sorry, no, Roberts ends up around catching the 99 or 55 there. Bradley Banks in the 76, not taking the grid. Not sure if Cale Bixler was involved, I'm not sure. Still not what you want to see here going into the first corner. I mean, that was, man, what a hit there to Brian Moore for sure. They're here under caution. They're lined up side by side. Lights are out. They're going to get ready to go. Green flag racing. And around they go. Bixler up there on that high side. Dino, he's running that high side still as he gets up there. Great start there. Down here through the front straight away. As they're side by side there behind him. That number 06, Thomason down there on the inside. Spangler, though, he's moved himself up through the field. Up there behind the 75 of Steven Bixler. Bixler there behind the 7 of the good. That's down there on that bottom side. Thomason still hanging strong there. Bixler back there, or Cale Bixler back there in 10th, and that's 789. Steven Bixler up there in 5th. And they work there through the corner, trying to hang on to everything, keep it together. As you watch that 56 down there, Randy Shreves on the bottom. Coming in now off the corner. Dean Reynolds out there up top. Has a real great line going here through Cedar Lake tonight with 19 laps to go. He's definitely got that car hooked up there tonight. Up there on that high side. Spangler doing some chasing down though. And now he gets himself there in the second. Dino now has to go and navigate around the lap machine of Billy Roberts, who's down there on the bottom edge. And Dino's coming with a head full of steam through turn 3 and 4. Now they head back there onto the front straightaway. Brian Moore, once again, getting a little sideways there, I believe, unless that was Spangler I saw getting a little sideways. Might have been Spangler, I'm not sure. They work there through the corner. Spangler up into the outside wall. Through turn 3 and 4, has got to try to gather it back up. Does so. As Dino, he's got such a great run here tonight. There you see Shreves back here in 4th, Chapman back here on the bottom in 5th. There you watch that. That was Steve Bixler getting into the outside wall and again there. They work there off the corner. Brian Moore trying to work his way back up through the pack there. Bob the Good is in the pits. But most likely going to call it done for him. And around the corner, Dino into the outside wall a little bit there. Now they work down in the 1 and 2. There you see Chapman, Pat Boyce on the bottom. Jeff Parker back here in 7th. The Spangler still hangs on to that second spot after starting 8 positions behind, or back there from where he is now. Randy Shreves, though, what a run. He's having 9 spots, 10 laps to go here at Cedar Lake as he works that top side, trying to get around to 6th. Scott Thomason to get him out. Get himself there into the top podium positions. We'll see if that plays out here. He's got 9 laps to do it. Shreves looking strong here. Shreves has had a strong season here with Coast to Coast this season here on Wednesday night. So it's going to be interesting to see how these points play out as they are so tight right now. And they haven't figured in the drops yet. So, I mean, man, oh man, what a night of racing it is. Thank you for joining us at Player Farm TV. If you're joining us over there, if not, joining us over here at Coast to Coast Racing Network. Great racing going on here at Cedar Lake tonight as we see Shreves working up there to get behind Thomason. Spangler's hanging on there in second. He's getting up here to Dean. So Dean better start being careful on what mistakes he might make, as Spangler could be there to pounce. With them winding down here, second caution. And try to see who that might have been. That is Shaggy. Wobble, Shaggy. Zach Chapman from Shaggy TV ends up on his roof. Up there against that outside wall. Looks like 513 up Barker just couldn't quite get off of him, and that's going to kind of hold on to it there for Chapman. Chapman not having the race he wanted here in the 360s. We still got more racing to go. Barker into the pits. In that 513. Dino probably did not want to see that caution, as now it gives Spangler another shot to get after him here. Single files, we're under 10 laps to go. Up there on the top side, you see Spangler getting after it right there behind Reynolds. Coming around here to the final lap. Barker with a black flag, white flag in the air. Spangler dips down there to the inside. It's going to slide it up there right in front. Ladino. And that's kind of what we saw him do there in the heat race. Just not enough there to bring it home. Now they come here off of 4. They're drag racing. Dino holds off Patrick Spangler to get that win. Patrick doing a heck of a run there to get up there in the second, but Randy Shreves outdoes him a little bit by running harder to get in the third. As he's up 10 positions, Spangler only up 8. And Reynolds starting on the front row, hangs on to it. Barely hangs on to it enough, but does get that win. Get your results here as they come in. There we go. Your final results. Dean Reynolds there out front. Patrick Spangler there in second. Third going to Randy Shreve. Scott Thomas in there fourth. Pat Boyce there in fifth. Cale Bixler in sixth. Brian Moore there in seventh. Stephen Bixler there in eighth. Billy Roberts in ninth. Jeff Barker in 10th. Zach Chapman, he's there in 11th. Bob DeGood there in 12th. And Rylan Banks rounding out your field there in 13th. All right, we'll get with your leaders now. Just give me a moment to get back here and up. All right, Randy Shreves, your third place finisher. Good evening there, Randy. How's it going?
Pretty good, Adam. Pretty good.
Man, what a night of racing it's been so far. I mean, this is just the first series here tonight of, the first class we have here tonight. What do you think we're in store for here at Cedar Lake?
Cedar Lake's, it's one of them tracks. You just got to, not be greedy, and you got to just keep a steady pace here, and just try not to make any mistakes. And it's always a tough one here. It's definitely a track that'll make you think on where you want to run, and because you can run anywhere and be fast here. But it's always fun here. So you just kind of never know at this track. It's always a blast.
Oh, you did a great job getting third there tonight. Kind of take us through bringing that 56 up through the field here tonight. Is by my calculations, you come up 10 spots from where you started.
Yeah, I unfortunately started dead last. Had a pretty good starting spot in the heat race there, but unfortunately, guessing it was net code that got us. But that set me back, and put me back starting dead last. So, but yeah, just had to be smart and stay out of trouble and be patient. And honestly, I didn't know I was up to fourth when that caution came out, so that just shows you how focused you got to be, and just pay attention to what's in front of you.
Well, most definitely. I mean, anytime you're dirt track racing, it seems you always got to be aware of those surroundings, as you just never know how the cars around you are going to react.
Yeah, you never know, and but like you said, that's just part of dirt racing.
Well, you did a great job getting up there in the third. You got sponsors, shout-outs, anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely want to thank Coast2Coast for all they do. You, Adam, for the broadcast, the sponsorship, everything you do. I want to thank my son Dylan Shreves for painting my car, my buddy Mike McCoy for watching, my buddy Jeff Spann for watching, his whole family, and everybody else for watching.
All right, great job there, Randy. And are we going to see you do all three races again tonight?
Yep, I'll be in all three.
All righty. Well, we look forward to you. Good luck in the limited lates coming up next.
Thanks, Adam.
That's Randy Shreves, your third place. Now I'll get with Patrick, get his words on his night. Good evening there, Patrick. How's it going?
Pretty good, yeah.
Well, I'm sure you're feeling a little bit better now that you were able to get that car back together after your little heat incident with Dino.
I like that right front of my car, so I had to rip it off and then put a new one on. Yeah, I felt bad for everybody hitting the heat race. The car just had a weird push, and just caught me off guard and ended up wrecking it. So happy to get back into second, but yeah, that was unfortunate.
Well, you gave it your all. I mean, you almost got back up there to you really did get back up there to battle Dean. Just unfortunate he had the better run on that high side there coming out of turn 4.
Yeah, that 3 and 4 when it gets slick like this, it's just a slider line, so it's very hard to pass in 3 and 4. So you have to pass on 1 and 2, and then you throw that big slider in, and it almost stops you because you have nothing to catch the car on. So just lost all momentum. I tried turning back underneath him, but just was a tenth too slow.
You did a great job tonight, like I said, overcoming having to start in the back after that incident, which I'm quite certain was not the intention you had at all.
Yeah, and not the intention, but everything worked out at the end, and hopefully we can carry the momentum in next week.
All righty, well, we'll have to see how these points plays out, because, I mean, the top 5 in points right now, it's a pretty stacked field in your points race.
Yep, you can't have an off night, and you just got to be on it every week. Dino even with my qualifying points, he's still outpointing me by 4, so just got to keep chugging along.
All righty, well, great job there, Pat. And you got any sponsors, shout-outs, anybody you want to thank for getting that second place?
Yeah, just Jeff, Dean, and Jack for running the league. You for everything you do, from announcing to racing to all the artwork and graphics you do. And Dad back from watching.
All righty, great job there, Patrick. And you racing any more tonight, or are you one and done?
I'll give it a shot.
All righty, so we'll see you in the limited late models in?
Yep.
All righty, well, good luck. We'll let you go so you can get that thing fired up and get a few laps under your belt.
Thanks.
All right, that was your second place driver. Now we'll get with Dino. Good evening here, Dean. How's it going?
Oh, it's going good now, Adam. We finally parked
it. you finally parked it on Victory Lane. You had to work for it, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, anytime you get Patrick Spangler behind you, you got one of the best. And, 9 times out of 10 or 59 times out of 50 or 99 times out of 100, he's going to get you in all this. But, I was hoping that restart I could pull out a little bit, and I thought I had a good enough lead to be safe up front. And then, I looked at my relative. I'm coming down on the backstretch, coming for the white flag, and I said, he's closing in. And then I knew he was going to throw a slider. I was prepared for it. I knew he was going to do it, and then when I saw him coming, I just dabbed the brake a little bit, went underneath him, and then, when you get underneath on the back straightaway, you can actually pick up that tack that's on the inside, and I was just going to let her rip going into 3 and slide her up coming into 4 and hit the fluff coming out of 4 to put the right rear on, and hopefully he didn't get a good launch coming out of 4, and I could inch him out. I couldn't see him, so I thought I was ahead there coming for the finish, and then when I looked down at the finish there on the relative, it said me up front, and I said, "Whoo!" So we got one. We got one, but Patrick is so good, but he helped us out a little bit by having a little misfortune in the heat and had to start in the back. But you know what? That's sometimes what this old guy needs.
Well, I'm glad you were able to hold on to it there, during the heat yourself, and still be able to keep it on track to keep going.
Yeah, I actually got lucky. I net coated right through him. Because when I saw his car push and get into the wall, I'm like, it's going to take me too. And it is what it is. He didn't mean it or anything like that. But I net coated right through him, and my steering was a little bit gone. I went in the next corner, and I'm like, oh shit! I almost drove it right in the wall. And so I had to slow up a little bit, and luckily I stayed ahead of Shaggy there. And then. I knew starting on the outside pole was going to be an advantage in this race because the bottom started slicking off. And if I get through 1 and 2 without plowing in the wall or whatever and come out in the lead, I felt good that I could stay in the lead for a while until, maybe yellow or if I mess up. And luckily, I really didn't get the wall at all. There was a couple times I had to get out of gas to not get in the wall, but I actually stayed off the wall for once.
Well, do you think you're going to stay off the wall anymore tonight, or you think that wall's going to be in it for you now?
Well, no, the limited late model, sometimes you really can't help but getting into the wall because those cars are so wide and so long, and when you run the top, the right rear quarter panel is going to be in the wall, so you just hope it doesn't grab so much where it grabs the front end, but you're going to see a lot of sparks in the next race.
Well, we saw some in this race.
Yeah, that's just part of it. You know, it's just something iRacing puts in there to, I guess, make it look cool. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd rather see more dust flying, but that's just me.
No, I'm good without the dust because I'm old and I can't see that well, and you know, I'd rather have that because the track is dusty.
I remember when they first experimented with the dust, and I ran Lernerville. Man, you couldn't see nothing.
You drove up the track every lap because you couldn't see where to enter. Yeah, they did it a little too much, and luckily they scaled it back a little bit. And plus you learned that if you ran a nighttime race, there wouldn't be any dust. So, you know, nighttime's not always the best for telecast, but you know, if you got dust in daytime, what's the use, anyways?
Well, you know, it's more authentic to be running these things at night.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you know, Coast to Coast likes to set up their sessions to mirror the real time. So, you know, when you run a feature, it's usually 9 o'clock at night, and you know, wherever you're at your local racetrack. So they like to do it now. Like I'm in the limited late model session right now, and it's at sunset. So by the time the feature gets up, it'll be nighttime, and that's the right way to do it.
It certainly is. It definitely is. I know I've been at my local short track a few times to know kind of how they run things. It's just the one thing that's different over there compared to how iRacing portrays it is, believe it or not, they do not run a pace truck.
Yeah. No.
They let the drivers pace themselves.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that because sometimes they don't get in line quick enough. So, in my real racing gig there, we always make sure we have a pace truck or a pace car. So.
Yeah, it was just odd. You know, I've seen the caution flag wave, and you know, they all get down to their respective speed, and then they get all lined up and take off again. It's something to see how well those drivers are managed over there.
Yeah, but sometimes you get some that are going to take something in their own hands, so you never know.
You never. Well, even with a pace truck, you can get them taking things into their own hands.
Yeah, this is true. So.
I mean, I've seen a couple street stock cars go at it.
Oh yeah, no, you get a lot with your Saturday night tracks. So, but now we're gonna hop into limited late model now, and
alrighty there, Dean. Before you go, you got sponsor shout outs. Anybody you want to thank?
Always got to thank the guys from FTM. You know, always a good bunch of guys. You know, we don't really get a lot of FTM guys here running Wednesday night, but that's okay because they're busy and such. And but got to thank them. Always, Adam, got to thank you for Regal's Wraps and Designs. You know, for sponsoring all the Hometown Heroes events, so we can have them broadcasted. So thanks so much to you. Thanks to all the admins and the sponsors and everybody with Coast to Coast. And you know, hi to everybody watching. And I want to say hi to Megan, my girlfriend, and my dad. And you know, we'll send them the replay now that I won.
Oh, come on. You got to be sending more than just this one, I'm sure.
Oh, no, we'll send them the whole night. So, no, we do. I usually, I just forgot to send them the link. Usually I send them the link before I go on the racetrack, but I forgot to send it tonight because I was doing a couple different things. But, you know, now that I won, they got something good to watch.
All right. Well, good luck in the next race, Dean.
All right, Adam. Thanks so much, and hopefully we'll talk to you again.
We'll see.
Take care, man.
All right, Dean Reynolds, your winner here in the 360 wing sprint cars. We'll be back after this short break with more racing here at the Coast to Coast Racing Network and FFTV on the pole. Don't go nowhere.
1, 2, 3. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. my way home. I'm making my way.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. The issue has been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
For their moment, we got about 8 drivers signed in right at the moment. Billy Roberts, Dean Reynolds, Stephen Bixler, Rylan Banks, Pat Boyce, Terry Walters out here in the 207, Mr. Bob DeGood in the 7. There's a couple of that paint scheme floating around here tonight, I believe. If I saw correctly, Pat Boyce there in a peak machine. Thought I saw somebody else with a peak as well. Trying to find out there. Got the 41 of Pat Boyce. Maybe it's similar, just not quite the same. They see them there all in the pits. You see the 79 of Reynolds down there. All getting ready here for the qualifying. I think we got a few moments left to wait here. There you see Reynolds out there on the track. Rylan Banks there in the 76. Mr. Bob DeGood there in 7. Just watch these guys take some laps here.
the show. FFTV on the pole. Twist and turn, feel the burn, the tension's in the air. Slick grooves and sudden moves, danger everywhere. Break a road or splash like fireflies in a summer night. Avoid those wrecks, keep it steady, hold your line tight. Pushing limits, racing fast, no room for doubt. Every second's pump and pulse, the crowds will shout. Engines roar, hot sore, FFTV on the pole. Let it roll, let it roll. Burning rubber, burning hot, lose controls. From the pits to checkered flags, dodging wrecks and cautions, keep those eyes open wide, no time to lag. Yeah, we own that soul, start your heart, start the show. FFTV on the pole. Neon lights and roaring crowds, fire in our veins. Speed addiction, racing passion, breaking every chain. Hold tight, the finish line is burning right ahead. When the flag waves, victory lane, all fears we shed. Engines roar, hot sore, FFTV on the pole. Let it roll, let it roll. Burning rubber, burning hot, lose controls. From the pits to checkered flags, dodging wrecks and cautions, keep those eyes open wide, no time to lag. FFTV on the pole, on the pole. Cross that line, the crowd goes wild, the checkered flags unfurl. FFTV on the pole, start the show. We're ready to roll. FFTV on the pole. Yeah. We're ready to roll. Start the show.
All right, here we got them finishing up warm-ups here in the limited late models. Dean Reynolds out there, sitting second, fastest with a 13.147. Steven Bixler there going into the catch fence back there with a 13.190. Terry Walters here with a 13.344. Boyce with a 13.347. Barker with a 13.428. Here we go. There we see the checkered flag waving here for warm-up. Now here comes qualifying. Or no, I'm sorry, that was qualifying there that we were watching. I'm losing my mind here at Cedar Lake. Here we go. Your grid for your heat race of your limited late models for LGR Motorsports. The 56, Randy Shreve, starts out there on pole. Steven Bixler there in the 75, starts in second. The 79 for Super Dirt Car Series Full Throttle Motorsports. Dean Reynolds there in third. The 76 of Brandon Banks there in fourth. The 099 of Billy Roberts rolls off inside row number 3 in fifth with Bob the Good driving the 7 for Can-Am Racing starting in sixth. Row number 4 to that inside, the 207 of Terry Walters starts 7th with Pat Boyce in the number 41 starting 8th. The 513 for Can-Am Racing, Jeff Barker starting there in 9th to round out your field. Here we go. All set, ready to rock here at Cedar Lake. Let us know who you're cheering on here tonight. We got Randy Shreves out there on pole. Dean Reynolds there in third. Take a look here at the points for this series. As we got Dean Reynolds leading the way with 389. Joseph Grandy tied for second with Jeff Sharp with 367. Ryland Banks with 362 in fourth, and Jeff Barker with 322 in fifth. So still another tight group of points here for your limited late model series at Coast to Coast. Still anybody's race season, really. We're barely getting into halfway here of the race season. Dino struggling there on that inside lane. Randy Shreves out there in front. Here comes Steven Bixler. There in second. Ryland Banks third. Dino back here in fourth. And Mr. Bobby Good in fifth. Now we do have your only one heat race here. Only 9 drivers registered or brought their limited late models here tonight to Cedar Lake. Small field, but we've definitely got a great group of racing going on there. Now you watch the 75 up Bixler trying to chase down Randy Shreves. 3 laps to go here in the heat race with Dean Reynolds there in fourth. Up there in front, Randy Shreves hanging on to it. And if I'm looking here, Randy Shreves is 6th in points with 310, so this could help him out if he can hang on here to a win here tonight. As they head down there in the corner number 1. And let's take a look here at the top. Randy Shreves. Looks like the only ones that have had a win here so far this season is Joseph Grandy has 4, Spangler has 1, Matt Barber has 1. That is your winners here of this season so far. As checkered flag waves, Randy Shreves gets the win. Bixler in second, Banks in third. Dean Reynolds finishes out fourth, and Billy Roberts there in fifth. We'll take a look at the results right here once they get in here. Here we go. Your Heat 1 results are going to be that of Randy Shreves taking home the win. Stephen Bixler there in second. Ryland Banks third. Dean Reynolds there fourth. Billy Roberts fifth. Pat Boyce in sixth. Jeff Barker there in seventh. Bob DeGood there in eighth. Terry Waters in ninth. All right, we'll be back after this few words from our sponsors.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
All right, back here at the Speedway, getting ready here for the grid of the main event of the limited late models. Here we go. Once it comes up here, once they get the track here, here we go. Out there in the starting position, out there on pole for LGR Motorsports, the 56 of Randy Shreves. To his outside in the number 75, Stephen Mixler starting in second. The 76 of Ryland Banks starts third there on inside row number 2 with Dean Reynolds for Super Dirt Car Series in the number 79 to his outside there in fourth. Row number 3 to the inside, the 099 of Billy Roberts in the number 5 position. To his outside, the 41 of Pat Boyce will start 6th here tonight at Cedar Lake for the main event of the limited 8 models. There in 7th, inside row number 4 is going to be Jeff Barker driving that 513 for Can-Am Racing, starting in 7th. In 8th tonight, to his outside, Can-Am Racing's number 7, Mr. Bob DeGood, starts 8th. And rounding out your field tonight, the 207 of Terry Walters, there in 9th. Green flags out and they're down and away there in the corner number 1. And they headed on out now, out of turn 4 down that front straightaway through turn 3 and 4. Where is my ticker? We got 24 laps left down the back straightaway here in through 3 and 4. Shreves out there in front trying to hang off or hold off Ryland Banks. Dino now up there in the third. Stephen Mixler back there in fourth. Jeff Barker there fifth. Pat Boyce struggling there beside Billy Roberts as they headed on out through there. Now they're out of the corner. Randy Shreves leads the way. Ryland Banks in second. Dean Reynolds there third. Steve Mixler there fourth. Pat Boyce in fifth as they watch him coming down there off of the corner. And they're on the front straightaway. Shreves still leads the way. 21 laps to go. Dino there in a third. Banks there in second. Pat Boyce back here in fourth. Picked him up possibly going to fifth. As the 513, Jeff Barker gets a great run there on his inside. But as we saw there at the sprints, that inside line is not always the best for trying to make a pass. You almost need to try to get a good run and do a slide drop there through the corner. Looks like Barker's trying to hang off there in front of DeGood now. Shreves still hangs on there in front of Ryland Banks down there out of turn 4, down in the 1. Here for the limited late models, Randy Shreves driving the 56 out front. What a night of racing he's having here. Third in the 360s, holding on to the lead right now in the limited lates. Head down that front straightaway once again. Dino there in third. Stephen Mixler back there in the fourth. They come off a 4 down here in the corner number 1. Watch him come there out of turn 2 down that back straightaway. Shreves still holds on to that lead. Ryland Banks in second. Dean Reynolds there in third as they come off a 4. Mixler fourth. Pat Boyce in fifth. Bobby Good there behind Barker. Barker hanging on now there just in front of the Good. And Shreves hangs on that top side. 12 laps to go. Here goes the pass from Ryland Banks. He's going to slide it up there into the fluff stop, but Shreves Going to dive it back under, coming out of turn 4. He's going to slide it through 1 and 2. Get back up there. And here comes Banks now once again. Going to try to slide it through turn 3 and 4. Shreves knows what he's got going for him. As he dives back down underneath him, getting that nose ahead of him. They're coming into corner number 1. Slides it up. Back up there on the top side. Banks now's got to cut it under. Here through turn 3 and 4. Who's it going to be coming here off turn 4? Shreves hangs on to it, but Banks is there. Man, oh man, what a night of racing. As we said before, this is just top-notch stuff here tonight. As they go through turn 3 and 4, Ryland Banks down there on the bottom side. Shreves, though, hangs on to the top. And now Banks got to try to gather it back up. Gets into position once again to try to slide him here through 3 and 4. He does, but Shreves back underneath him, coming across the line. 7 laps to go. As Shreves brings it down through turn 1 and 2. Slides it back up. That's going to bring Banks back down to the inside through 3 and 4. Now look who's slowly creeping into that picture. That's the number 79 of Dino. Now as Shreves got to work here through turn 1 and 2, side by side. Almost 3 wide. They're coming off of 2. They hit into 3 and 4. Shreves up there on that high side, going to gather it up there. As Banks out there in the front. Here comes Dino down there on the lower side. Trying to get a little grip there underneath the Shreves. Can't quite get there. Coming to 4 to go as they work here off turn number 4. Banks there out front. Shreves in second there with Dino in third. Bixler hangs on to 4th with Boyce right there behind him in that number 41. Down there now off 4. Shreves side by side. He's going to make a dive for it here through 1 and 2. He does so. Banks going to cut back underneath down that back straightaway. Here into 3 and 4. Banks going to go high. And Shreves going to get caught up there behind him as they work down through the front straightaway. First caution here for the limited late models. That's going to be for Jeff Barker in the 513. Not what those guys in the front wanted to see. They had such great racing going on. Man, oh man, what a night. As we watch here on the pole instant replay, the 513 there of Jeff Barker up there in the top and just collects that outside wall. Boyce nowhere to go, really gets into him there, and oh man, that is just not what they wanted to see. They work here now to get them back underway. I think we got about 2 laps to go. Down there now into corner 3 and 4. Lights are out. They're up there on the top side. Banks ready to hit that pedal. Coming in now off turn 4, and they're down and away here in the corner number 1. Banks getting a good jump out there. Shreves going to try to gather it back in. Dino there in third, but all on his trail is the 75 there of Bixler. As Bixler has company from Roberts down there on the inside. White flag for Ryland Banks. Up there on the top side. Dino down there on the bottom side of Shreves. Shreves going to have to try to slam it in here. Can't quite do it here as they come off turn 4. Ryland Banks gets the victory here at Cedar Lake here tonight with Randy Shreves in second. Dino there in third. Your official results for your limited late models are going to be Ryland Banks getting that win. Randy Shreves second. Dean Reynolds there in third. Stephen Bixler fourth. Billy Roberts there in fifth. Mr. Bob the Good sitting there sixth tonight. Terry Walters in seventh. Jeff Barker in eighth. Pat Boyce in ninth. All right, that'll wrap it up there for your limited late models. We'll get with your winners momentarily, so don't go anywhere. Their interview's coming right up. Starting here with Dean Reynolds, your third place driver now. Good evening there, Dean. How's it going?
How's it going, Adam?
Well, you're talking to me, but a little farther back in the podium than what you were last time.
Yeah, I was the third place car tonight. They were just a little bit faster than I was. Really, actually, the only reason why I caught up to them is when they were throwing their sliders at each other, and that enabled them to slow up some speed, so it allowed me to close in a little bit. And then I was just hoping for them to rubber little rails and create a little sparks and see if I can get lucky. And a couple times I thought maybe it might work, but then that yellow came out, and actually I didn't want to see that yellow because it gives the time to regroup and go single file. I rather saw it go green all the way through so they can keep on throwing bombs at each other, but that's okay. But, to take a win and a third in the 2 Hometown Heroes races, we're happy.
Well, I mean, you did a great job out there, and I'm with you. I did not want to see that caution come out because, I mean, all three of you were right there under a blanket ready to make, a move of some sort. It would have been an exciting last couple of laps for sure.
Yeah, and these things aren't the easiest things to throw sliders because they're so down on horsepower. And when you throw a slider, you're going to lose a lot of momentum, and your car can sometimes push, and you can get into the guy you're trying to slide. Not on purpose, but it's just going to happen sometimes. And that's what I was hoping for, but it didn't happen. But no, we're okay. We'll take the third, and it was a good points night. We were leading the points coming in. I don't know if I can run all the races, but we're going to keep on doing the best we can. And one of these days, I'll hopefully win a limited late model race. I still haven't won one yet, and I won the championship last season without winning a race, and then hopefully one of these times we'll be able to pick one off.
Well, you really only need to be consistent if the points are set proper.
No, it is, but I kind of like to get the checkered flags as well. I actually don't even know if I don't even think I have a limited late model winning coast to coast in all these years. So it's kind of a goal of mine to finally get one. I feel comfortable in the cars. I'm close. I'm just not quite there. I just need to, get an up front starting spot, maybe get comfortable real quick, and then hopefully we can open up either a small lead or hold the guys off. Because it is tough to pass with these cars because everyone's the same speed, but that's the deal. We're all in the same car, we're all in the same set, and you got to really be consistent with your wheel and keep everything straight to keep your speed up.
Well, great job there, Dean, and you got sponsor shout-outs. Anybody you want to thank for that third place here in the limited late models?
Oh, yeah, always got to thank the guys from FTM. Thank you, Adam, Regals Wraps and Designs for sponsoring Hometown Heroes. Always a pleasure to have you watch your broadcast and talk to you. And got to thank everyone from Coast to Coast. And, say hi to everybody watching. Hopefully Megan and my dad are watching and say hi to them. And then, I'm going to jump in a midget, and I'm going to see what my luck is there. And if I talk to you in a midget, then we know we got lucky.
All right.
Take care.
You too there, Dean.
Thanks, Adam.
Good luck in the midgets.
Yep. Bye-bye.
All right, now we'll get with Randy Shreves. Had a decent night of racing, but just unfortunately a little short there. Good evening, Randy. How's it going?
Pretty good, Adam.
Man, you really did not want that yellow, did you?
I didn't, but it was a hell of a race. Definitely got my adrenaline pumping, and sad to get second, but it was a good, clean race. I mean, we bumped a little bit, but rubbing's racing sometimes, and it was all clean, and just a hell of a race, man, and that's all you can really ask for.
Yeah, we're talking to Dean. We were really hoping to see it finish out under green because, I mean, you guys were just back and forth battling. That allowed Dean to get up here into the mix as well. So it was going to really be interesting to see how those last couple laps would have played out if we would have stayed green.
Yeah, with that caution there, I kind of got caught sleeping. I got a really bad start on that restart after that caution there, and I knew Dean was right there. I just thought that I was going to lose second, but I just kept my head in the game and just tried to run a clean line and not get into that wall.
Well, you did a great job there tonight, getting second. I mean, you got, I believe it was third in the 360s, if I'm thinking correctly.
Yeah, yep.
So,
and definitely not sad about that either. Coming from the back to third, and that was pretty awesome. So overall, so far, not a bad night.
No, not too bad. Are you going to be bringing out your midget here tonight?
Yep, I'll be bringing out the midget, and we'll see how we can do in there. Hopefully, we'll be talking again.
Well, we will see. I know Dino's bringing his out too, so it'll be interesting to see who else shows up.
Oh yeah, it'll be fun for sure. It's always fun in them things.
Oh, most definitely. You got sponsor shout-outs, people you want to thank for that second place before you go?
For sure, definitely want to thank Coast to Coast for all they do. You, Adam, for the broadcast and for the sponsorship, everything you do. My son Dylan Shoes for painting my car. My buddy Mike McCoy for watching. My buddy Jeff Span for watching. All my other friends that watch, and everybody else for watching.
Alrighty, well, congrats once again there, Ryan, and or Randy, I'm sorry, Randy, we'll see you back in. We'll see how you do in the midget, so good luck.
Thanks, Adam.
All right, now we'll get with Ryland Banks, our winner here. Good evening there, Ryland. How are you doing?
I'm good. How's it going?
It's going well. What's your thoughts on that, one and only caution there with about 3 to go?
Man, I thought it was a great race. We didn't need the caution, but I mean, nothing really happened in the lineup, so it worked out for me in the end. I mean, it's kind of hard with the late caution in these cars to gain many spots, especially single file. But Randy had a great race. I want to make sure that he gets his recognition because that was a great race with him, going slider for a bit and very minimal contact. I bumped him once coming off of 2, and I didn't realize how much speed I'd have. But it was a great race.
Yeah, you guys definitely had it going out front there. I mean, just back and forth, lap after lap there. I couldn't ask for anything better here at Cedar Lake. A track that doesn't always, in my opinion, get to be that racy, but man, tonight it certainly got into that racing groove, and you guys definitely put on quite a show up there at the front.
Yeah, man, I wasn't expecting it to be as racy as it was. I was talking to Randy about that in the waiting room. I figured it would just be locked down up top. There was a few times I was stuck down there at the bottom, and I wasn't sure if I'd get any run or going, but we were able to keep our speed up. The bottom was there enough to keep you in the race, and it worked out. I'm glad it was there. I'm glad the track was racy, and it worked out. So I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, track crews tonight did a phenomenal job here at Cedar Lake so far, and we're going to see how the midgets go here in a little bit. But you got sponsor shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting that win here tonight.
Yeah, I want to thank you for hosting the event, for sponsoring the event, and streaming it for us. It's a big appreciation. And I want to thank. Let me get my list up. Thank Gator Tough, Lens Cove, The Galley, Snap-on, Yurishi Media, Vertex Graphics, TBR Sim Sports, and Billings Motorsports. They're my sponsors, so shout them out. I want to thank all my buddies for encouraging me to keep doing this and keep going, and my girlfriend for watching whenever she can. And yeah, thank everybody for coming out. It was a great night.
Alrighty, well, great job there with that. And we'll see how how it plays out there for you the rest of the night. I don't know if you're racing anymore or not.
I might give him a go.
Alrighty.
It's not going to go as well as this, but I might give him a go.
Alrighty. Well, good luck out there. Enjoy the race either way.
Thank you.
All right, out was Ryland Banks, your winner here tonight, net number 76. Don't go anywhere. We got more racing coming up.
1, 2, 3. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you, and I'm happy to stop me. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. The issue has been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. That just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
All right, we're back here. Oh. We are back here at the Speedway. Hopefully everybody's ready for some midget racing here as we get set to rock and roll with this. Down there now, off of the corner they go here as we are finishing up with the warm-up. Watching there, Brewerton, out of Brewerton, New York. The 56 rather, of Randy Shreve. Dean Reynolds, fastest out there on track right now. Jack Hitt down there in the Hooters 217. Jeff Barker. Let's take a look at your points here as these guys are finishing up here with their warm-up. And your midgets here. Jack Hitt leads it with 440. Jeff Barker with a 403. Brandon Evelyn with a 396. Randy Shreve with 287. Steve Moore there with a 254. And I'm trying to see. We got Reynolds out there. He's got 189 and 7th in points. Jack Hitt leading the points. Jeff Barker second in points. Bob the Good, he is not on the list. Oh, no, there he is. All right, he's 6th in points. Billy Roberts out there in this Randy Shreve sitting 4th in points. Ryland Banks giving it a shot here tonight. Pat Boyce down there in 16th. Only has one race on the season. They're going to give it a run here tonight. And they get set to rock and roll. As you see them getting ready here for qualifying, as qualifying does commence. Let's see where they're all stacking up here. Jack Hitt with a 12.930. Watching there, Jeff Barker. Barker has not come around for a time yet. And we're seeing here how this exactly plays out. All right, your starting grid here for tonight for your midgets. There is 8 of them. Jeff Barker starts out there on the pole with Bobby Good there in second. Dean Reynolds third in the number 79 for Super Dirt Cars here. Jack Hitt there in fourth, driving at number 217. Fastest one out there right now. Billy Roberts in the 099 starts fifth. Ryland Banks in the 76. Starts 6th with the 56. Randy Shreve starting in 7th for LGR Motorsports. And Pat Boyce in the 41 rolls off there in 8th. Now, I don't see everybody taking the grid here. I see 2 missing. We'll have to see who those are. It looks like Ryland Banks and Pat Boyce not taking a grid here. Here we go. As we wait to see if they come to the grid or not. Dean Reynolds back here in that number 79 Toyota. The 79 Toyota machine. To his outside, Jack Hitt in that Hooters. We'll see how it plays out here now. Your last series for the night. Six laps of distance here for your heat race of the Regal Midgets. Coming here off turn 2. Down the back straightaway, trying to figure out which track we are at. Oh, we're here at Houston's. Okay, Houston Speedway is where we are at. Down there now, out of turn 4. Here we go, coming here to the start. They're down and away as they head here in the corner number 1. Fat Boys, Ryland Banks not making the grid here for the heat race. As they now work down here into the corner of 3 and 4 out front, Jet Barker. But look at Jack Hitt rolling there in the 3rd, down there on the bottom, bringing with him Randy Shreves. As they battle side by side down there through corner number 3 and 4. Once again, as they come there off the corner. Jack Hitt underneath, got Dean Reynolds there to his outside. Trying to figure out where the quick spot is, whether it's outside or inside here now as the 7 of Bob the Good trying to find some sort of grip out there. And here comes Dino there in the 3rd, up there on the top side. Working up above Bob the Good. Now they work down there through turn 3 and 4. 3 laps to go here in your heat race. And now here comes Shreves out around the outside of Bob the Good. Dean Reynolds there in the 3rd, working underneath a Barker now. Trying to get up there in the 2nd. 2 laps to go. Jack Hitt out front. Dean Reynolds there in 3rd, trying to get underneath a Barker, but he's got Shreves right there behind him. Shreves looking to see if he can capitalize on anything here. They come here off of turn 4 for the final time. Jack Hitt getting the victory for your Regal Midgets heat race. Dean Reynolds there 3rd, Randy Shreves there for it, Bob the Good there in the 5th. Here is your result. Jack Hitt getting the win. Jeff Barker 2nd. Dean Reynolds 3rd. Randy Shreves 4th. Bob the Good there in 5th. Billy Roberts 6th. Ryland Banks 7th. Pat Boyce there in 8th. We'll be back after these messages. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
All right, here back at the racetrack. So here is your starting grid. Jack Hitt out there on the pole. Jeff Barker in second for Can-Am Racing Team, driving at 5:13 on the outside pole there in second. Dean Reynolds in third, and the number 79, Randy Shreves there in fourth. Fifth gone to Bob the Good for Can-Am Racing Team, driving the number 7. Starts here tonight in fifth with the 99, Billy Roberts. Back there in sixth, Rylan Banks. In seventh there in the number 76, Pat Boyce in the 41. Pat Boyce not making the grid. So we got 7 drivers out here. Rylan Banks coming out to make his debut here in the midgets. Jack Hitt up there in front. And as we said, points leader as it stands right now. We'll see how that continues as the season takes place. Here now in corner number 3 and 4. Pace car getting ready to pull off. 25 laps of distance. Apparently my typing didn't want to type an I. This is the Regal Midgets. I didn't notice that until now. Sorry about that, folks. As the head there out of corner number 3 and 4. Back around here onto the front straightaway. Jack Hitt, what a heck of a run he has. There in the corner number 1. Barker in second. Shreves up there in the third. Now as Dino falls back here in the fourth. Roberts there in fifth and gets picked up just a little bit. Banks there now on the inside. Great job there, guys, for keeping those under wraps and not having too much issue. As Banks slides it up the racetrack into Billy Roberts. Nothing intentional there. Roberts, great job there by Banks, bag it off, letting them get back underway without much issue there. Now they work now out of turn 3 and 4. Barker there in second. Shreves there in third. Jack Hitt leading the way. Out there in front, and that Hooters number 217. As he leads the points here going into the night. Jeff Barker there second. Randy Shreves back here in third. Dino back here in fourth. And they work there now off turn 2 down that back straightaway through 3 and 4. Back out onto the front straightaway here with 19 laps to go now. Jack Hitt leads the way. Jeff Barker second. Shreves there in fourth. Dean Reynolds there fifth. Billy Roberts there in fifth. Dean Reynolds, as we said, there in fourth. Shreves up to third there behind Barker. 15 laps to go here at Houston. With Jack Hitt out there in front, Barker there second, Shreves there in third, up there on the high side, working there now off the corner, down the front straight away they go. Dean Reynolds there in fourth. Trying to get up there into a spot possibly, but Jack Hit, man, what a run. Out here in the front, not looking back as the gap gets wider there for that 217. Down there through turn 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Barker in second. Shreves in third, trying to see if he can find a run there to get into second place. Can't quite get there as of yet as they now roll through 3 and 4. I'm sorry, 1 and 2 down here in the 3 and 4 now. Jack Hit comes out of 3 and 4. There you watch Billy Roberts going through 3 and 4 right now. Ryland Banks back there a lap down. I'm sorry, 5 laps down. Not sure exactly what happened to Banks. The Banks ended up crashing and ended up in the pit. Jeff Barker there in second. Dean Reynolds fourth. As he gets up there into the outside wall, he's going to have to try to collect it. He does. Good job there by Reynolds. That outside line getting a little thin there in the corner. It looks like Randy Shreves almost got up there into the outside wall, going down the front straightaway. Barker there in second. Jack Hit out there in front. Looks like Barker might have gained just a tiny bit there on the 217 of Hit, but not enough to really make a difference as he just lost a bunch of it. There coming out of the corner. 1.5 second gap between Jack Hit and Jeff Barker. Down there now off the corner, Jack Hit leading the way. Randy Shreves there in third. Dean Reynolds there fourth. Jack Hit leads that way with 6 laps to go. Down there now off the corner as we saw Banks down there on that inside pulling off. Jack Hit coming around there. Bob the Good crashed. Yellow flag is out for Mr. Bob the Good. Take a look at the instant replay here from on the pole. There you see Bob the Good up there on that high side, up against that outside wall. Comes there in the 1 and 2, and that is what you don't want to happen. Up and over he goes there as that car gets gripped up and bites that fluff. Up and over Bob the Good goes, bringing out our first caution. Jack Hit out there in the Hooters, number 217. Jeff Barker second. Randy Shreves there in third. Now off the corner, Jack Hit leads the way. 3 laps to go here for the main event of the Regal Wraps Midgets tonight. There for your hometown heroes Wednesday night off of turn number 4. Barker there in second. Here comes Shreve, but Dino making a good run there on the outside. Could Shreves be in trouble of going back into fourth? We have yet to see. There now as they come there off the corner. And down there now off of corner 1 and 2. Jack Hit has the lead. Barker there in second. Randy Shreves there in third. Bob the Good back there in fourth. Billy Roberts in fifth. Not sure exactly what happened there. Coming to the line, Jack Hit gets the win. Jeff Barker second. Randy Shreves there in third. Unsure exactly what took place. Let's take a look here. What happened at Randy Shreves? Dean Reynolds getting collected there in corner 1 and 2 possibly. As they come down there, you see there goes Dean up there on the high side. Coming down there now off the front straightaway, just gets clobbered there into the high side. And then Randy Shreves gets caught somehow there in corner 1. Oh, he gets just way too sideways going into the corner. And spins it around. And the lap cars get into him there behind him. And he'll speed away there. Man, oh man, what a night it's been. But Randy Shreves taking home third here tonight. Take a look at your final results for the feature. Jack Hitt getting the win. Jeff Barker second. Randy Shreves there third. Bob the Good fourth. Billy Roberts fifth. Dean Reynolds there sixth. Ryland Banks seventh. Pat Boyce there in eighth. That is your finishing grid. Now we'll get with your top three. Here we go now. We got Randy Shreves here, your third place finisher. Good evening there, Randy. How's it going?
Not too bad, not too good. I don't know, my car just got real tight there and ended up coming up the track, and Dean got in the back of me, kind of screwed up both of our races, and it's just one of them racing deals you can't take back, and you wish that you could, but that's racing.
Yeah, it did look like you got a little tight coming there off of 4, and unfortunately Dean was already kind of committed up there. As I mean, whenever you come up, your right rear was almost at his driver door. So I mean, it happened so quick.
Yeah, it did. I tried to turn out of it and tried to stay off of him, but my car just kept drifting up, and I apologize to Dean for that. It happens sometimes, man.
Well, I mean, you look like you had your own craziness to deal with after that contact there through turn 1, and surprisingly, we're still able to hold on to the third spot through it all.
Yeah, my car was definitely pretty demolished after that, and honestly, I really didn't think that I had third, but with there only being about 7 guys here, I guess it's not hard to get third, but yeah, I definitely didn't realize I still got third after the race, but I'll take the podium. I don't like to take them like that. I know I made a mistake there, and just definitely one of them things you can't take back.
Oh, great job there, and have your you got sponsor shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting there in the third.
For sure, definitely want to thank Coast to Coast for all they do. You, Adam, for all you do, the broadcast and sponsorship, all that. I want to thank my son Dylan Shreves for painting my car, my buddy Mike McCoy for watching, my buddy Jeff Spann for watching, and his whole family, and all my other friends that watch.
Alrighty, great job there. And we'll see you next week there, Randy. Hopefully it all goes well.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
All right. Have yourself a great night there and an even better weekend.
Thanks, Adam. You too.
That's Randy Shreves. Now I'll get here with Jeff Barker, second place. Good evening there, Jeff. How's it going?
Good. How you going?
I'm doing well, and how do you think your night went there, getting around Huset's tonight?
It was all right. It was fun. I just got by in starting position and then just held it. So didn't really get to do a lot of work. Tried not to hit the wall.
Well, I mean, you did a phenomenal job there tonight, and not sure how many races you have here on the season here, like where you stack with points. I know the point series is pretty tight right now.
Yeah, cool.
So
Yeah, we'll know here in a couple hours. I'm sure they'll have it updated.
Well, well, the only thing is they don't really have. It looks like you're sitting second still in points. You got to try to catch that guy in front of you.
Who's up there, Brandon?
No, Jack hit. Brandon's
Okay,
behind
cool.
you.
Okay.
So, Mr. Jack Hitt, that guy you were chasing down tonight, yeah, he's the guy in front of you in points, too.
Brandon's been ahead for so many years, you just assume he's still up there.
Well, he's up there in third.
Cool.
But he's down a couple races compared to you and Jack Hitt.
Cool. All right, well, we'll keep trying to get some more and more people. We had a decent car count tonight, and we'll get some more in here and continue to grow it and make it harder to win.
Well, you did a great job. You got sponsors, shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting second place tonight.
Oh, of course, Leaguer Farm TV, Regal Wraps and Designs, Coast2Coast Racing. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, well, congrats there, and we'll see you next week, hopefully.
All right, thanks, Adam.
So that was your second place finisher, Jeff Barker. Now we'll get with Jack Hitt. Good evening there, Jack. How's it going? You got a copy on us, Jack?
Yeah, I got you, Adam.
Ah, there you are. Man, oh man. Been quite a night of racing here all night long, and you come out here and you just really show how to run them midgets tonight. What was your thoughts on your race tonight?
Well, I'm just trying to keep it out of that front stretch wall best I can and keep hitting those consistent marks.
How difficult was it to really stay out of that front stretch wall, especially coming out of turn 4?
It's tough, man, especially because, you want to get that little bit of run that you can, but I don't know, this track's definitely different than any other track you're at, and I feel like more than anywhere that wall just tries to suck you in, and really got to be careful with the throttle there.
Well, is it similar to, like, some people that might know the dirt tracks and stuff, is it similar to coming out of, like, corner 4 at, like, Weed Sport?
Yeah, similar feeling, where it feels like you should have a little bit of corner left, and then all of a sudden you're just straight. But yeah, Weed Sport, Eldora is like that. There's a few of them where there's a corner where it seems like the corner just cuts off and goes straight into the front stretch or back stretch, whichever one. But it's a tough track, man, but it's a lot of fun.
Well, it looks like you had a blast out there, and you got sponsors, shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting that victory tonight.
Just got to thank the guys for showing up. Another small car count. We were missing some of the guys. We had Brandon, Terry last week that we didn't have this week, but still a good group of good drivers. And I know that heat race was a lot of fun, and I'm sure there was some good racing there in the feature too, but got to thank everybody behind the scenes, making the thing go around. You, Leaguer Farm TV for doing the broadcast, and Regal Wrap and Designs for being the sponsor. And that just leaves my wife. Got to thank her for giving me time to do it.
Alrighty, I can't forget about her.
That's right.
Alrighty, well, you guys have a great night there, Jack, and we'll see how well you do next week.
Yeah, thanks, Adam. We'll see you then.
Alrighty. That was Jack Hitt, your winner for the night. That'll wrap it up here with Coast2Coast Racing Network, along with FFTV. From On the Pole, this is Adam Flieger. We're going to be signing off here. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you tomorrow night here for the Pro Late Models. You'll catch me earlier on track, though, hopefully, if all plays to plan. So, good night. Have yourselves a wonderful evening. We'll see you all tomorrow.